Progressive tax system. Progressive tax system. A progressive tax system taxes higher incomes more. A progressive tax system taxes higher incomes more. The progressive tax system helps reduce inequality. The progressive tax system helps reduce inequality. Some argue the progressive tax system should be reformed. Some argue the progressive tax system should be reformed. Offshore tax. Offshore tax. Offshore tax strategies lower companies' tax bills. Offshore tax strategies lower companies' tax bills. Critics say offshore tax avoidance hurts economies. Critics say offshore tax avoidance hurts economies. Offshore tax rules are becoming stricter. Offshore tax rules are becoming stricter. Offshore account. Offshore account. He opened an offshore account to save on taxes. He opened an offshore account to save on taxes. Offshore accounts can be used for both legal and illegal purposes. Offshore accounts can be used for both legal and illegal purposes. Banks require disclosure of offshore accounts. Banks require disclosure of offshore accounts. Interest rate. Interest rate. The central bank raised the interest rate. The central bank raised the interest rate. Low interest rates encourage borrowing. Low interest rates encourage borrowing. The interest rate affects loan costs. The interest rate affects loan costs. Interest rate hike. Interest rate hike. The interest rate hike increased loan payments. The interest rate hike increased loan payments. The stock market reacted to the interest rate hike. The stock market reacted to the interest rate hike. An interest rate hike is needed to control inflation. An interest rate hike is needed to control inflation. Interest rate cut. Interest rate cut. The interest rate cut made loans cheaper. The interest rate cut made loans cheaper. The interest rate cut aims to boost spending. The interest rate cut aims to boost spending. Many are refinancing due to the interest rate cut. Many are refinancing due to the interest rate cut. Profit. Profit. The company's profit grew last quarter. The company's profit grew last quarter. They reinvested the profit into new projects. They reinvested the profit into new projects. Profit margins are shrinking this year. Profit margins are shrinking this year. Profit margin. Profit margin. The company increased its profit margin. The company increased its profit margin. A high profit margin means efficient operations. A high profit margin means efficient operations. They focus on products with high profit margins. They focus on products with high profit margins. Interest. Interest. The interest on this loan is high. The interest on this loan is high. He earned interest on his savings account. He earned interest on his savings account. Interest payments are due every month. Interest payments are due every month. Syndicated loan. Syndicated loan. They took out a syndicated loan to expand. They took out a syndicated loan to expand. A syndicated loan shares the risk among banks. A syndicated loan shares the risk among banks. The company secured a syndicated loan for its project. The company secured a syndicated loan for its project.